Alright, this is going to be episode 21 of Stream to 5K. And has not been going super well. You can see the bankroll's at 2,050, which is actually nice. Yesterday it ended at 1,788. Played a session last night, which I didn't stream, which went very well. That's actually the graph that hasn't been updated yet from our most recent session. We are going to go back to 2550. Been playing a little bit of 100 now, but I like to have a deep bankroll, so we'll just go back to 6 max 2550 if we can find some games here. Looks like we got one table, and hopefully we'll get 4. Yeah, I've been playing PLO. I think I booked 5 losing sessions in a row. I don't know if I really ran bad. It's not my... I'm just much better at Hold'em. So there were a lot of spots that in Hold'em I just know, what I want to do, and in Omaha I have to think through quite a bit more, and it's not as second nature. So lost like 10 buy-ins. Luckily I dropped substantially down in stakes to 1025 just to test the waters. The play there was pretty bad, but like I said, I'm pretty bad, so very hard to tell if we'd even be profitable in that game. I was looking at the graph. We didn't run super below EV, maybe a few buy-ins. And we got coolered a couple times in spots that in PLO aren't sick coolers, but the way these guys were playing were slightly cooler hands. I also had some really weird spots where like guys were calling off when I had big draws with like one pair and somehow holding, which was frustrating, but we're going to go back to Hold'em and probably grind out maybe an hour, half hour, a little short session here, and see if we can't make something happen. But like I said, been playing some 100 now, definitely comfortable in those games, but bankroll wise, I want to do it kind of by the books, and so we're just going to try and grind out 2550. I also have OCD, and noticed that my total hands for 2550 6 max were 18,100, and I was like, well, let's just make it, let's at least hit 20,000 hands at that level. So we are up 20 buy-ins, winning at 11.19 BBs. We only have 2,000 hands at 51, but we're winning there at 12.5 BBs. So the games feel pretty similar, and I feel comfortable at 100 now. You can also just, of course, game select and jump out if it seems bad, but I feel very comfortable at 2550, and it's been good to us. So it hasn't been good to us lately, but we're going to move back down there and grind out a little bit more with that. My stats for both 2550 and 50. For 2550, I'm 28-4, 21-3 with a 7% 3-bet, and over only 2,000 hands at 100 now, we were 28-6, 21-7. So you can definitely see my range is pretty much the same in both spots. Let me raise these buttons, and we'll flop top 2 there. That's not a bad board. Bet half pot. And we'll try and make the pot a little bigger over here. So, yeah, it's been okay. And he re-raises us. It's drawy enough. I think we're going to put in another raise, try and get it in quickly. We'll go like that. If he has a set of 6s, then it is what it is. Yesterday took an amazing beat after losing 4 buy-ins at 25, and he folds. That's unlucky. But given the draws out there, I don't want to give away a ton of free cards, so his check raise might have been a bluff, might have been a weak draw, might have been just like an open-ended straight draw that he doesn't want to put another bet in with. Kind of hard to tell. Readless, as we just sat down. But yeah, what I was saying. Oh yeah, the stats on Hold'em Manager, you can see playing very, very similar style. Both of the VPIP and the PFR are within half a percentage point of each other at both stake levels, so I have a pretty good idea of how I like to play. Yeah, I think I wish I had went 450 there, or just called. He folds. Whatever. But yeah, we're gonna grind out some hands here, see if we can't win a couple pots. So off to an okay start. Nothing too crazy's happened yet. We won that 10-jack hand. A couple C-bets took it down. That 3-bet just got through with 10s. So, but yeah, nothing too insane yet. And I will update. Let's go to the newest session. Update our graph. Yep. Okay, so it's showing our current sessions graph, so we're in good shape. Grind out a little session here. 7-9, we will fold. Ace-8 this early in position, especially with the raise in front of us. That's a pretty easy fold. In fact, I have been folding most of my offsuit middling aces, even from the cutoff. Just if it's plus EV, it's really small and it puts you into a bunch of spots where it's like, you might have the best hand, you might not, and it's just not as fun to play. I've also tightened up pretty considerably from every position. I was trying to play probably too loose as far as my opening hands are concerned, and too tight as far as my 3-bets are concerned. So we've switched our style a little bit over the past week or two, just as an adjustment, seeing some of the spots we were getting into where I felt like we were giving away some value. So I still raised pretty wide compared to the field, but, ooh, ouch. I kind of want to see how that hand went down. Kings just lost a full stack to Ace-3 off. And it might mean we're in a good game if this Ace-3 guy either limp called pre. Yeah, looks like he's going to limp call. He was in the pot. Let's see how. Yeah, see, here's his problem. So let's look real quick. Pre-flop, this guy posts his blind. Okay. Nothing too crazy yet. And he checks it through. And this guy right here, stop, freeze. No. This guy, come on, I want to go. Okay, this guy only makes it 3x, so he's in for 50 cents. It's $1 more with position. He's holding an ace. I think you could just fold there, honestly, and it wouldn't be that big of a mistake, but it's also not that big of a mistake to call. You have position, and you're holding an ace. You can make some weird 2 pairs. It kind of matters how you play post-flop. Personally, I would probably just let it go. It's just not a strong hand, obviously. Ace-3 takes it there. So he calls. Let's see how the flop goes down. So he flops second pair and he just calls, which is pretty standard. He calls again here. Here's where I think you could maybe just fold, unless you're deciding like, hey, we're going for it. We're just going to put all the money in. On the river, I'm going to call. I don't know. I don't really like just calling down with second pair here. Like, he would be value betting 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces, his draws, which have good equity against you. I don't know if he'd fire with ace king or ace queen there super often. So I'm not convinced for sure you need to be calling this turn, but probably not too crazy, especially if he's been here a while and has some reads on this player. Now he makes 3s on the river. I'm guessing this guy's gonna bet call. Yeah, he bets, the guy raises. I don't know. Can you fold for 20 more? Possibly. I don't think I'm ever folding for 20 more. The draws missed, the 4-5 got there, but the hearts miss. I don't know what he would raise that you're beating. It certainly looks like a boat. I wouldn't expect him to have trips very often because it means he has a 3, which seems kind of crazy. But I don't know. So we have ace king high here, and we're going to check raise this guy all in. Ace king's going to win that, so that was nice. We usually have the best hand there, and we're almost never drawing dead. Sometimes they'll show you a boat, like he called pre with 7s or something, but usually you have the best hand. A lot of times they float the flop with 2 overs. The turn came clean. Like, I would never expect them to have 2 unless it's ace-2 suited, which would be really, really bad still. I did not mean to call here. There we've got a gut shot with position. I'll probably peel one off here. And it is to the nuts. So the 8 would give us the absolute nuts. I think we're just going to actually raise this with position, put a little pressure on him. And yeah, let me check fold that. Do I want to represent an ace on the turn? Doesn't seem like something I could rep super well. Let's continue pretending we have a set. Could have aces up sometimes, like ace jack is possible. I mean, if you're sitting here with jack 9, you shouldn't be very happy anymore, but we'll see. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, and we get a fold, so that was nice. Oh, I definitely would have raised that. Oh, it was blind. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I make a crying call of kings here, though. I expect to see a boat almost always. I just can't imagine him. I mean, I guess you could have a missed flush draw, and you're like, well, it's time to raise. You can have 4 or 5 for the straight. He can have a weird 3 sometimes, which is what he actually ended up showing. It's 20 more. Gosh, you're getting such good pot odds, though. That would be a tough fold with kings. That'd be a very tough fold. He ends up calling, and this guy shows ace-3 off. Pretty tilting to lose with kings to ace-3. At least if the river's an ace, you can just like either check call or check fold, or like maybe you could bet fold. Like you can get away from it without losing the whole stack and doubling this guy up. But when the guy hits trips, they're gonna show it. Not a lot of fun. Not easy to get away from. So unlucky for him. 3s we raise to our 3x. 9s we had on the button that got through. So we're doing okay. That check raise all in. The guy called it off with ace-queen, and we faded his 3 outs, which was nice. Here we flop a set, and we can get action from lone ace of spades. We can get action from a jack and some spades. We can also get it in bad against a flop flush. But we are deep, so if he raises here, we'll probably just call. But he check folds, so our set, no good. Kind of an action killer board. And if he doesn't have a spade or a pair, he's not going anywhere, and he didn't, so we win. Good for the red line, bad for the overall. We can get an update on the graph. I bet we'll be up 50 something. Yeah, we're up 60. $60.02. King 3 will fold. This guy actually makes it slightly bigger than 3x. Makes it 3x plus 3 cents. Guy has a pair of queens on that board. Gonna win a medium pot. Aces, we're gonna raise. Guy's been kind of loose pre-flop, like. Hasn't 3-bet a ton, though he is opening a lot of hands. We are deep, but he folds. So maybe I should check to him sometimes if I have like a very valuable hand, I suppose. Guy posts under the gun. He's going to make it 4x. We'll fold queen 4. We folded 5-7, which I think is fine. King 10 will definitely raise, and from the button I've actually changed to 1.25, which is 2.5x instead of 3x, and it's been okay. It's just another adjustment we're messing with. Been reading this book. Let's pull up Applications of No Limit Hold'em. Pretty much talking about GTO stuff. So I play pretty exploitably, for good reason, at 50 NL. So it's not like the Bible for 50 NL players, but it's certainly interesting, and it's definitely helped me think about some concepts in poker I like that have helped me even at 50 NL. So I definitely suggest it to anybody. Great book. I have probably 40 or 50 poker books, and it's definitely up there as a very, very, very solid one. So definitely would suggest it if you've kind of exhausted your poker library for the time being and you're a somewhat more advanced player. I think it's very solid. We'll see about that half pot. This guy's somewhat aggressive though, so he could have some floats. We have backdoor nut flush draw, 2 overs, backdoor straight draw. I don't think I'm gonna slow down anytime soon. I like that red line. And he shouldn't have a ton of 3s. I mean, he can rep a 3, but it would be kind of weird. But I expect him to float and bluff turns pretty often. I don't really want to go check call. So we'll just bet it ourselves. I'm going to bet 2 streets here and possibly just check back river, especially with that 9 hitting, some like 9 deuces. And now we have 3 of a kind, so we're definitely going to be value betting. If he bets, we'll call. Going to bet like half pot, hoping to get looked up by a 10. I think a 10 will call. 10 seems really strong here. Yeah, we're going to have the best hand. There's only 1 jack left. He obviously doesn't have a boat or a straight. Technically, I've seen some guys net roll the straight by check calling when the board pairs in spots like that where it's just ridiculous. But this time, he is going to show king 10. Very solid. Call on the river. If he thinks I'm just going crazy. I shouldn't say very solid call, because on the flop when I bet, I'm essentially repping either a draw, one of which got there, or probably top pair. Because I led into somebody behind me. It wasn't like he checked me and I might just be stealing, and he's just like bluff calling with a 10. the way that would make sense. Like if it had just went like he limped button and I checked, then I could see just like check call, check call, check call against an aggressive player. I think that would be a plus EV play. When I lead into this guy who's behind me, I'm pretty much saying like, I've got a straight draw, or I've got top pair, or maybe like second pair. The problem with second pair is, might be like, I probably wouldn't bet like 10-6 for 3 streets, or 10-7. So it's probably a hand like 10-9, Jack 10, Ace 10, King 10, Queen 10. I probably wouldn't bet Queen 10 there. I probably wouldn't bet 8-10 for 3 streets. There's just, I don't think there's a ton of super great reasons. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, we're just going to give up on this one. Straight draw got there. The only hand I can beat now is just like a king high flush draw that doesn't have a pair. So, fold. And so when I bet the river, I would have to have a draw that missed, like 8-9, turning a 9 into a bluff. It seems unlikely at 50 and out. Queen 8 was a gut shot, but it got there. King Queen got there, though that might have raised pre. Ace King, Ace Queen wouldn't be there. Ace Jack. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably call with King 10 there, but I'm not convinced it's actually the right play. 9-10 will fold. I will see bet this half pot. It's a board that shouldn't hit him a ton. It's hard for him to have a 3. He shouldn't have a ton of 7s. Interesting. He check calls very quickly, and there's no obvious draw. Some ace highs. I think we'll bet one more and give up river. If he check raises, he essentially is telling me he has a 3 or he has pocket 7s, and we'll just fold. But I do want to protect against some guys like Queen Jack, Ace Jack, stuff like that. It actually makes it less likely he has a 7 now, though if he leads, I think we'll just fold. Especially if it's a big lead. There was just no draws. Like, he can have ace high. I don't think he would bet ace high big here. If he bets small, I might call. I think he would check call ace high. Yeah, he bets full pot, actually over the pot. So we're just going to fold. You can have some 6-7s, 5-7 suited, 7-8, pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 3s possible, though there's only one combo of those and not many of those. But our 4s aren't very good. I don't think he would play 10s or 9s like this, but sometimes you'll see it, which is really weird. I just don't expect 4s to be good that often. He would have to be like, I think ace high is good, I'm bluff calling, and then now it looks like ace high is good, and instead of letting me bluff, he's trying to bluff me, which in theory isn't terrible. It's going to get me to fold 4s, and I would obviously fold the ace high chop. A lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time. Gosh, he's super aggressive though. See, now I'm actually thinking. I said no loose calls on the river as a rule, and I think I'm going to just live by that for a little bit longer. Seeing his ag factor as high as it was, it's dropped after that because he check call. It's such a small sample. I don't know. I mean, he's repping a 7, and a 7 would certainly play it that way, especially with the overbet on the end. I don't know. But we'll fold. I don't think it's a sick laydown. I also think sometimes like he is bluffing a weird hand but wins. Like what? Like if he's bluffing like what? There's no 6 out there, right? Like what if he's bluffing pocket 6s? That'd be crazy. You know, one hand he could have that's a bluff is like pocket 2s. He's like, oh, well, now I've got 2 high. So I'm gonna bluff because he knows I can't have a 7 or a 3 very often. I just think he probably has more value hands. So we'll fold, not feel too bad about it. Yeah, we flop a gut shot, backdoor, not flush draw. We'll see bet this, though. It's not a, I mean, there's a lot of aces and queens in their defending ranges. Now, there's also some suited connectors that just are nothing now. Fold to see bet 0, so he doesn't fold the flop bets a ton. So let's see if he folds to turn bets. He might float some like pair of jacks and fold turn, pair of queens and fold turn. I don't think he's ever folding an ace, though. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to fold some aces on the turn. He still have the gut shot to bail us out if he does call, but he folds, so keeping up our aggressive image here. Those pots got slightly big, medium sized. This guy raised pre. He called, and I'm guessing I like, I'm gonna get 3-bet pre for that size, because there's only $1.50 call, unless I got 3-bet pre check. Oh no, that's kind of weird. I was not paying attention to how they got to that action on the turn. We'll 3-bet that. Got a pretty tight opening range. He's pretty passive post flop, so if he puts in a 4-bet here, I'm not sure if I'm willing to commit. I lean between calling and actually even folding. Folding seems really nitty, but at 50 and L, they just have so few 4-bet bluffs. He probably also doesn't perceive me as being crazy because my 3-bet percentage has been 0. So I expect him to have like aces, kings, queens, ace, king almost always. Like if I shove here and get called, the best thing I can be up against is jacks and queens. It seems really weak, but my read is that he's pretty tight. He's yet to 3-bet. He's got a tight opening range. He's not aggressive post-flop. He doesn't seem like a crazy player, and he should perceive us to be pretty straightforward. So I don't see him 4-bet bluffing, and I also don't see him 4-betting ace-queen very often for value. I think he's got a pretty tight range, so we're blocking aces and kings. Alright, we're gonna fold. Very nitty. Pretty much. That's fine. Oh, it has ace-king as a flat call in that spot. Interesting. So, like, if he 4-bet jacks or queens there and got us to fold, he made a great play, right? We were in a flip and he got $4.50 for free. Now, if he did it with ace-queen, he made an amazing play. He was actually a dog and got us to fold instead of jamming on him, where he'd have to decide to call it off with ace-queen, or fold ace-queen after putting almost a third of his stack in. So, yeah, I hope he had aces or kings, though like I said, we are blocking some combos of those by having ace-king. So, my stats are pretty nitty right now, but my ag factor post-flop is pretty high as per usual. 14, 14, 28, 24, 24, 21, 32, 21, pretty taggy around here. This one's a little nitty. We will bet that. That one's a little nitty. That one's pretty standard. That one's pretty standard. This one's a little... The 32-21 is pretty far away from each other. This guy's tight. Pretty. Alright. I'm going to give up on it. I expect him to bet almost his entire range here. If he was floating to bluff, he's obviously going to bet, and I think he'd bet all his value hands, even if they're not a jack. So when I check here, I'm done with the hand. Not a great board for eights. We can even turn a set and lose to 9-10, or if the eight's a diamond, lose to a flush, so we won't. I mean, you could definitely float there. He c-bets 100% of the time, but I'm going to be playing a guessing game pretty often, especially if he fires again. It's like, well, he's repping a queen or better. It's hard to have a queen or better, but you want to play the guessing game, call down. Also, some of his bluffs beat us, like if he's going crazy with 9s or 10s. So, we'll let that go. We will punish this guy for limping. Flop nothing. C-bet half pot, which only has to work 1/3 of the time, and it does, so that's nice. Let's get an update on our Garf, our giraffe. Where are we at? Up 1 buy-in. Running slightly above EV. That ace-king versus ace-queen all in on the turn. Apparently we ran $10 above EV on that. Seems surprising. $100 pot. He had 3 outs. I guess he could have chopped though. No, he couldn't. 5, 5, 5. The only way you could chop is if the river was another 2 or a 5. So there's 1, 2, 3 chop outs and 3 winning outs. Huh. But the math says we're a little bit above EV here. And I'm going to bump that ace 5 up, fold to steal 100. I expect we'll just get a fold here most of the time. But we are only 12 hands in, so you never know. He's yet to 3-bet though. It's going to be his first 3-bet. Might be. Nope, Queen 10 definitely going to raise that on the button if it's folded. And probably just fold if it's opened in front of us. This guy only opens 9% of hands, so I expect him to limp pretty frequently. Even from the cutoff. Deep. And a little 3-bet here. A little fold to that squeeze. The SPR is not going to be good for 7-9. And he raises full ahead of us. It's cooler ace-queen here. Definitely have ace jack. Possible. Seems unlikely. That 8, 9 of diamonds. Yeah, it's not going to win, buddy. So, I appreciate the effort, though. For real. I mean, I wasn't really thrilled to be calling there. I expect to see some ace. I think ace 10 would have raised the turn. So ace jack was the only hand I was really worried about, or like a weird diamond draw that got there. In fact, when he showed the diamond draw, and I saw the board had a jack and a 10 out there, I was kind of like, that might not be good for us. Does he have a straight? But he did not. Our 10 high is probably not going to win here. This guy might check back ace high, but I expect to see him jack. Oh, we're going to chop. I like that. Second pair, I considered not c-betting that, but I did. The reason I considered not c-betting is it's 4 ways, and then I decided that second pair, nut kicker, and backdoor royal flush draw. So there are some turns I can continue on. Usually, with this many people, a really strong hand's going to raise our open, which will let us know pretty quickly that we're not interested in it anymore. And if they just call, there's a bunch of turns. Like, I expect them not to have a super strong hand, so there's a lot of turns I would actually continue with. Continue bluffing on, or trying to turn my hand either into a bluff, or just turning a bunch of equity or something. Here we make the straight on the river. We'll put in a little half pot size bet. Looking to get called if he raises. I think we'll have to fold unless it's a small raise where, like, I think he might value raise like a weird jack deuce. But he just shouldn't have jack deuce or anything weird like that because he's 21 and 6. So I don't expect a flush to check back the turn, and we have the nut straight as far as that's concerned, so it would be a little bit annoying for sure. And we will steal with the queen 10 suited here. Well, nothing. So it's pretty straightforward. I think we'll c-bet half pot and then give up if he calls. Well, I'm not going to give up on that turn. Bad river. I'm going to check. I expect him to bet and show king 10. I would bet ace 6 here. Definitely 7s, 8s, and 9s. If he checks back, we're probably just going to be losing to like a 6 or ace 3 that wouldn't give it up. He thought for a while on the turn. I think he has a weak king. King 8 suited, king 9, king 10. Not possibly king jack, where he thought about it on the turn. He's like, well, this guy's repping that he has a good hand. So kind of unlucky. I was prepared to check fold that turn very happily, but it came a diamond, and he thought long enough. I think it was okay. I think he was close to possibly folding, though on the other hand, he might have just been thinking about raising or calling. We didn't get to see what he had, so hard to tell. Let's get an update on the graph after that one bluff call hand. That was nice. Up 87, so that's nice. Only had 141 hands though. 3-8, we can fold, king 4 will fold, even though it's a min raise, and I expect him to come along. He's got a tiny stack I'm not interested in. And we would have flopped what is kind of the quintessential problem hand. A good top pair with a terrible kicker where you feel like you probably have the best hand a decent amount of the time, but it's not like a very strong hand by any means. And then we probably would have ended up paying this guy off $4, and there's almost no way we can win on that board, right? Though his $1 bets are very strange. He kind of would have strung us along and probably showed us either a better king, a 2-pair, or like a weird hand that's straightened out. I don't think a flush would just bet $1 on the river really quickly. I think like when he finally hits his flush draw, he'd think about it. Betting $1 there like instantly would be very, very, very strange with a flush draw, because you're usually going to miss and he'd essentially be bluffing $1 into 10, so it ended up working. Or $1 into 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever it was. 10-3, we can fold. Buy more chips here, we're about to have the button. Come on, hurry up. Let's go to the next hand, we'll probably get it ended. 4-5 suited, if it folds to us, we'll 2.5 exit. Feel pretty happy about it. It's a hand that plays well in position. Now this guy's stack is very annoying. We don't have a ton of moves post flop. So both the guys on our left having a short stack is actually pretty good. They can't hurt us, they can't exert a ton of pressure on us. Flip side of that is we're going to get into spots possibly like this one where he doesn't have a ton of money. When he puts it in, he's usually good, but we're getting really good odds. It's going to be pretty frustrating. Now pocket 8s, I would get it in pre against either of those stack sizes at a 6-max table, and don't expect to be purely good, but expect to be okay against their range. And we flop an overpair, so I will bet this and try to size it up to get it in by the river. And yeah, I think we're just going to put it in. We have an overpair now, a bunch of 2 pairs and flushes got there, but we have 1 pot-sized bet left, and I'm not going to give free cards to a flush draw. But he does show us the nut flush, so I wasn't going to check call. I mean, you can check call if you think he's capable of like bluffing off his stack, but I elected to make sure that a lone club didn't get a free card, but he shows the nuts, so we're not going to win that. Now we do flop top pair, second kicker here, usually ace-queen with 3-bet pre, so we should have the best hand here most of the time. Definitely some possible sets of 3s or 4s, but not a ton of 2 pairs except for 3-4 suited. This guy's tight pre, so I would expect him never to have 3-4. This guy we're readless on. This guy's pretty taggy. He probably shouldn't have 3-4 very often, though after it goes call, he might take 3-4 to the flop, particularly if it's suited. This guy just flat calls, a little bit suspicious. Sets often slow play on dry boards like this. There's not a ton of draws. There's some straight draws, but there's no flush draws out there. So it's a little curious. I think I'll bet turn. If he raises, I'll probably fold. It's actually not a great turn for us. I mean, we're not really bluffing any. I think we're just going to check back and decide what to do on the river given his bet sizing. Queen 9 gets there, that's about the only thing that got there on the river. Some hands already beat us. Some ace-3 suited, ace-4 suited, 3-4 sets, ace-queen, 2-5. That's 9 into 13, 3, 4, 5, 6. What would bet here that we can beat? I don't think Queen Jack would bet 9. I don't think King Queen for the chop would bet 9. 5-6 might bluff, especially when we check back. Getting 2-1. Blocked a very strong hand, so if he's repping an ace, I might call. Queen 9? Oh, ace queen. We were dead before that. Yeah, I should have folded. Why didn't I fold? Gosh, and this is annoying. We raise ace 10 on the button and flop top pair, but now we are not looking so good. 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do have an open-ender. Oh gosh, he hit a little gut shot on us. Nice. Not running so good all of a sudden. Not running so good, though I think that was a bad call. I checked back the turn because I wanted to call some rivers, but his sizing was big enough. I think we could have just folded that. That's unfortunate. Pocket 10's losing to the old draw there. We'll 3-bet that now, for sure. And then take a quick bathroom break. Alright, BRB. So that was nice. I love how you take the time to berate over a $5 pot. Wish I could turn chat off playing mobile. Let me see. Where's this 9-4 off on a $5 pot this guy's crying about? So ace queen beat queens. Yeah, there's the 4-9 offsuit. Yeah, pretty bad. So player 5. Where are you? Oh. They got him to leave. Friggin' idiots. This is why you never, ever berate the fish. Guy sits down, defends with 9-4 off, and you get him to leave. Oh my gosh. This is like, I mean, essentially Poker 101. The guys who are making bad plays, not only do you not berate them, gee, it didn't post my blind. Now I gotta wait again. So frustrating. What? I gotta watch this video back. I hit auto post blinds. I know I hit auto post blinds. Maybe I didn't. So frustrating. Place it down. UTG. Under the gun. What in the actual... What just happened? I had auto post blinds posted. Okay, I'm checking it right now. This is ridiculous. I'm looking. It says auto post blinds right there. And then the button comes and it sits me out. Okay, so I'm not imagining things. What are you doing? It's ridiculous. It's like every time I sit down and play, it makes me pay a blind and a half dead. It makes me miss my button. It's ridiculous. Seriously. Post my blind. I have auto blind posted. It didn't even pop up with the message saying, would you like to post your blind? Fold to steal 90%, so we will steal 100%. It's just frankly ridiculous. This is 2017. Why do we have this type of software issues? I don't understand it. And now, like, I'm double, like I'm paying a blind and a half. Here we flop a pair and a bad flush draw, so a little c-bet. Seems standard. Take that down. Good for the red line. We'll fold that. This is what I'm talking about. I should have been in this hand. I should have been able to play my button. Instead, I'm paying a blind and a half from the cutoff with Jack 5 suited and having to fold pre. It's not cool. This genius just clicks it back. This is the genius who got player 5 to leave, by the way, which upset me. Right? Player 5. Yeah, player 3. It's the genius. It's the genius right there. Yeah, at least we'll raise this if it doesn't get raised ahead of us. We'd be raising that anyway. Upsettingly, there's an extra 25 in there. It also changes the dynamic a little bit. People might expect us to raise later to defend our dead money and play back at us, so still not thrilled about it. King 8 versus a set. Nasty. Nasty. Player 3 is awful, so I hope he reloads, but I could see him being on the end of his roll. And he plays back at us. We're semi-deep. I think we're gonna put in a 4-bet, and then just fold if it gets to that point. Flop an overpair should actually not be a ton of 2s. Pocket 8s is the most likely hand to give us problems here. Interesting. So the 4-bet pot, he folds, and I'm looking for a call here. If he raises, we're going to have to fold. Hoping to get looked up by 9s, 10s, jacks. Hitting the time bank. It's good for us if he calls, it's bad for us if he raises, because they usually only, I mean, there's no draw, that would be bluffing here. I don't know. Definitely want to call them. He folds. So probably a hand like 9s, 7s, 10s. He wouldn't fold pocket 6s there. Even though it's technically susceptible to me having an 8, I shouldn't have very many 8s. So 7s, 10s. I don't think he was thinking with ace high. He would have had to double float ace high, which would be kind of weird. It's okay, he shouldn't have very many boats. Pocket 3s, ace 3 shouldn't raise under the gun. He's 21 and 12, so I don't expect him to have ace 3, and probably not pocket 3s very often. Pocket aces, there's only one combo left, so if we hit our flush, we usually shouldn't be getting boated. That worries me a little bit. Tread lightly. Alright, easy turn fold. for us here. I expect this guy to have an ace pretty often. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That's part of the reason it worried me. Maybe I should just fold flop. The flush over flush possibility, as well as the fact that he could have a 3, ace 3, just another guy in the pot who can have an ace where we hit our flush and it gives him a boat. So maybe you could just argue for a fold there. Position, we'll take one with 9-10. This guy's 36 and 8. Flop a pair and a flush draw. Like that. See if we have any fold equity. Yeah, we do. Standard C-bet here. And ace check's pretty standard 3x open for us. Calls. He folded to C-bet 100, so he probably has something. I'm going to give up. I don't expect this to have the best hand very often, though sometimes he has a lone flush draw. Except that he check raises flops 33% of the time. That probably includes all his flush draws, to be honest. So, yeah, queen high is just not good here, almost ever. The only thing we can beat is a busted flush draw that's not an ace high one or a better queen high than our queen 8. So, obviously that's not worth much discussion anyway, but yeah, easy fold. What happened with that ace jack? I wasn't paying attention. Did we take it down pre? Yeah, I must have taken it down pre. Ace 10 will raise. So we haven't gone to showdown in about 100 hands. Our red line's doing well though. That 4-bet king 9 bluff hand where we got to the flop and he folded. He was thinking for a while. It's possibly a jack, so I think jacks would have made a shove, a crying shove. He had like an ace king, ace queen suited type hand. He was trying to figure out if he wanted to jam all in with it or not. It would have worked. I mean, I had king 9 high, no gut shot. Not that I'd call it the gut shot, but king high, no draw. But he folded. Possibly he had like a smaller pair too that was just like, hey, it's a 4-bet pot, I've got pocket 8s, it's strong, let's see if I can flop a set. I don't know. People do weird things. I don't know how the heads-up games have been. Let's jump on 2+2. How's the heads-up games been since this change happened? Flop second pair, we'll see that. I just, oh, I thought I got snap called. So, jeez. Okay. In for Psycho. What? Okay, we'll have to come back to that. Jack 9, 8, and 10 jack. And 8s will raise. Jack's obvious raise. I'll take that flop, please. How can you be behind? Eights gets 3-bet. Flop an 8. No 8. No jack. Wow, this got called in 3 spots. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose both of these. What's this guy have? You can't have a draw. I mean, obviously we're folding. It has to be pocket 10s, right? What? What does this guy have? I mean, I guess we should have checked flop. Check fold flop. Fold there too. So 2 very nice hands, both hitting the knock there. This guy's tight, so I didn't 4-bet. Maybe you should just fold flop. Ace queen's going. Yeah, top 2. Sweet. So I'm gonna stack off with ace jack, please. Check raise all in. Seriously? What did they both have? Okay. Why did I do that? Oops. King 10 would have won, that would have been funny. 3 out of this guy. This guy had no hearts. Not a lot of jacks or 6s left. Maybe you should check that there. I should probably check back. I want to build a big pot though. I just don't slow play very often.
I was kind of 2+2 is complaining about getting min back.
When he disconnects, like, what do you expect to happen? What else would someone do, honestly? 5, 6, 7, 8. So close. Oh, this is interesting. You got jammed on, just put a ton of money in the pot. Guy's record on both. What you gonna do? So that's a set. Alright, guess he fought the flush for an overset. Jeez, we got set oversetted. Boat over boat. Like the 50th time that's happened. Very frustrating. King 6 will fold, Jack 9. I guess we'll just complete if this guy limps the button, which he does not. Kings, or easy daisy. Set over set. Can I set over set somebody with kings? Apparently not. Unless a king comes. This guy's 17 and 11, but for some reason he like always calls when we open, and then like I don't know what's going on with him. Flop another set, but win this time. down 2167 over 300 hands. Really not too crazy, though. It has not been a fun last 100 hands here. If you look at the graph, really since hand 150. I think we've won a single pot. Let's take away. Clean it up a little bit. Yeah, so wow. We literally have not won a single pot at Showdown. In mini hands. Seems impossible. 200 hands, we haven't shown down a single winner. What's our winner in Showdown percentage? 40. Playing heads up against the tiny stack. Nope, he's back. Nope, he's not back. play some heads up, which I like. Check raises 20% of loss. Whoa! 3-bet the old queen 6 on me. Okay. Weird. Yeah, 8 high's not gonna win here, but this guy's not in the mood to fold. Let's see what he shows down, a 7 or a king. A pair of 6s with the 5. I guess the 5 high flush draw kept him around. That was weird. Queen 6 opposite. That would have been a nice flop. I think we'll put a light 3-bet in. Not a good defend. Stuck one by it. Wow, super nit 3-bets us. Fun. The guy moves 3-bet us with queen 6 off. So we got a good table there. Open looping the button here, I like that. Ace high. Okay, so huge fish here. This guy's okay. A lot of our hands are from heads up, so those stats are inaccurate. This guy's terrible. 100 for 50, unfortunately, he's on the left. thing happened again. I hit on back and autoquest blinds and it doesn't do it. It's so frustrating. Hopefully someone has XP. for squeezing, buddy. Big thank you. I guess someone might check back ace jack or ace queen here. Even set. Oh, wow. Okay, weird. So he's repping a 7. Pocket 7's possible. Really deep against this guy, so I like this table. He's 36-36, so no real reads yet, though. Dang it. Cold 4-bet. Aces versus Kings cooler. Kings is gonna hit that 2-outer though. Card dead all of a sudden. What's going on with my mouse? There we go. Card dead. the last 8,000 hands with 50 and up. That's actually pretty sick how breaky that last stretch is. It's okay. Could be worse. More trips. There we go. These fingers can split. Oh, these things are in good shape. I wouldn't anymore. 10 or a club. King's not gonna do it. Gross. Two overs, flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Take that. Pocket sevens. I'll flop a set, boys. That's not a set. Picked off a bluff. Semi-deep. No, take it down. Two pair. Three bet pot. Looking for some spades. set and not lose this time, preferably. Or not. Very sticky. Weird. Okay. What a flop. One. He's raised it one time. It's kind of funny. Aces. Aces. Nice. No action. It's a boat. I was trying to let him hang himself, but that's fun. Let's just keep this up. So much fun. Jacks, queens, kings, nothing. Gonna be the set. Boat. Aggressive player who bets everything. Hack vector 9. Okay. Thanks, kid. Stuck 2 buy-ins. So fun. So much fun. A weird ace? Ugh. Oh my gosh. I'm back. What is this? I'm about to quit. I'm too tilted now. It's just so ridiculous. Gosh. Top pair and a straight flush draw. Wow. When you're on fire, you're on fire. My gosh. Unreal. Yep, that's E6 offsuit. Just flop the lock. I mean, literally the lock, but okay. Annoying. Usually 3-bet. This guy's like the biggest net in the universe, though. Guy's super aggressive, so we'll get it in if we can. Nope. What are we down? $95. Actually not a terrible bluffing card, but it actually filled a bunch of his hands. So we'll just fold. Three of a kind. Flush draw. What? I bet he has ace high. He has ace queen high, no club. This guy's so annoying. I guess I should barrel, because I usually do. But he's been leading and then folding, so when he called, I didn't think he was going to want to fold. Dang it! I would like the queen of clubs to come on that river. That would have been sweet. Needed a 10, a jack, or any club. Why do you flat call ace queen and then lead that flop? Lead call that flop. Yeah, I should have fired the turn. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I can be check raised with these. I can fold or I can jam. Whatever. Game. Did I lose $10 that hand? Apparently I did. Fun. Just have not won a pot. Look at this graph. 200 and 250. Win a tiny one, win a tiny one, lose, 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 lose. Actually, from him, 150. Lose, 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 lose. Oh my gosh, we've won 3, 4. We've won 4 pots at Showdown. What's our win at Showdown percent? 45%. Just no big ones. Jeez, that's funny. And this table was full and very deep, and now they're all gone. Buy more chips. Alright. Suited ace on the button, obvious raise. Don't flop much. Backdoor nut flush draw, backdoor straight draw. And then no bother floating him. He doesn't have a very deep stack. Cool, man. Flop top pair, lead. Alright. Quick bathroom break. Okay. I accidentally hit sit up next to the blind. So apparently we're still playing. I'm back. Auto post. Yeah, auto post just doesn't work today for some reason. Very tilting. So again, we're gonna have to wait until it gets to us, and then it's gonna make us repost. Super frustrating. I'm like on rage tilt from that. All right, what are we at? Stuck 2 buy-ins. Let's see, 103. All right. Fun. We're not even deep on any tables. 49-30 here with a 24-4. Can't make anything happen. This guy's a tag-ish, nit. Bad player, but he left. Not great stats. Very loose. Taggy, laggy, low tight, kind of tight tag. That pot. This one's a little sketchier. Sweet. Just table full of short stackers. I don't even know why I'm calling that was just a terrible call. Why are we calling $2 with this stack size? This is just stupid. I'm an idiot. Fold. Just see that so I can fold. Thank you. to do with this. This has been the most frustrating session. Start, win right away. We're up 100, and we just lose every single pot. Now this guy likes to call down late, so we'll help him with that. Yeah, thanks for that. Love it. Love it. Oh my gosh. Nice. Ignition. Lucky rib. Yeah. I noticed. It's okay. This guy's just horrendous. It's been 50-31. Lately. You got the Doom Switch ever since they updated the software to the stupid table selection. Where you can't choose your own table. It's like, I don't know what it is, man. I just play bad, run bad, can't win. I mean, that one's not that crazy, though I would not be defending ace-4 off, and then, I don't know. I mean, I guess, if you're defending ace-4 off and you get that flop, you pretty much played it how I probably would have played it. Still so frustrating though. Just YouTube. Where's my phone? Well, if you're watching, the answer is just YouTube, Mr. Gibson. I don't know where my phone's at. Jack of spades. Wow. Asking you shall receive. Watch him have ace king though. Charge those draws. Wow, that guy has ace king? That's funny. Wow. What is going on? That's ridiculous. It's every hand. Ask for the jack of spades. Get the jack of spades. Guy who flat called pre shows us that sweet, sweet. Sweet, sweet ace king, buddy. There you go. No, I'm not out in the rain. They dinged my channel a bunch for playing music, so I just have background music on, background noise on. It's pretty lame. Gosh. Oh, you're gonna show me ace king. I guess when your pre-flop raises 0% 3-bet, I shouldn't be surprised, but that's kind of a cooler. Just another one. Stuck 3 buy-ins now, sure. That's like 140. Not bad. Not a bad turn. It's a bad river, though. Yeah, we're gonna win that. Yeah, just show me ace king. We better win this one. This guy's a massive speed monkey. Though I was not going to be happy if he bet the river big. What did he have? 9. Okay, actually. Fairly standard. Nice hand. Thanks. Fold. Alright, ace 4 a little bit. Nope, never mind. Fold. This guy got nothing. Alright. I have like $2. Sounds actually. Ignition. Fold. Down, that's nice. I like that. That too. Shove. It's a good start. Hey, we held. That's weird. 8? Nothing. 3? No 3. I do not trust this guy. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad not betting a boat there. He really have queens? He played queens like that? Wow. Straight wings. Hey, we're on fire. Why would... Okay. I mean, technically it was right on the turn. Not the worst way to play queens, I suppose, actually. I wonder if he would have called river. Ugh, out of position. This guy's so bad. 50 and 32. Can I just like flop an opening and straight draw? Turn a straight. I don't need to make a one pair hand. Slightly interesting. Yeah, whatever. I hate playing out of position. Tin ball? No tin. Bad board too. Cannot turn the nuts. Or like semi-nuts. Not to mention we're essentially already drawing dead aces and jacks, so. Not a great spot to be in. Oh yeah, we get to raise Dingleberry in the big blind. Hearts, yeah, top. This guy loves to lead and then call down light. Every time? Show it to me. No good. Grinding our way back here. So he turned this hand into a bluff. I'm not really sure why. I guess he knew I was repping like an overpair and he thought an overpair would fold. But the hands I've seen him lead have actually not been flush draws. They've been like random trash. I was more worried about seeing like queen nine, queen jack, like no spades. Obviously, because the queen of spades was out there. Somebody call. I want to go multi-way to the flop here. Call. He definitely likes to bluff though. So if we flop, you know, two pair, make a flush, make a straight, we'll check to him. Oh no, this guy 3-bet this off. He's probably not folding. Yeah, we were gonna whiff though. Well, at least the graph is moving in the right direction. I'll say that's nice. Still rather butthurt about the aces to tens against the super aggressive guy, and the ace king over king nine when I called to the jack hit, and then lost to the guy who did not squeeze pre with ace king. Though I should have seen from his pre-flop rate of stats and 0% 3-bet, he could actually have ace king. There's actually a lot of two pairs and sets on that board too though, so it's not that crazy. Top set versus a flush draw on a pair, that's sick. So this guy went from like a $120 stack to an $18 stack in back-to-back hands. He's a good sport about it. I'll give him that. Definitely some huge leaks. His pre-flop stats are atrocious. Almost on full moron levels. And his bet sizing is frankly just too big to be opening that wide. He also doesn't fold to 3-bet very often, so he's playing bloated pots with bad holdings. He's raising 32%, but only folding to 3-bet 30% of the time. which is bad. He only c-bets 53% of the time. He folds to a c-bet less than 1 in 3 times, which is just insane. Means he's check calling all his gut shots or lead calling all his gut shots. Because you only flop a pair 1 in 3 times. He's played 200 hands with us. Now he's got to be stuck a little bit. Yeah, he's stuck 32. Hopefully he reloads. Queen Jack will definitely open in a cutoff. Would have been interesting. With King Queen, we'll definitely defend. With position on him, I'll definitely commit against him with top pair if we lose. So be it. Make a standard c-bet. I c-bet most of my in position 2 overs on low boards. He's yet to check raise, so if he check raises, it's a pretty standard fold. You'd essentially only be repping a set. Sets are hard to have. Yeah, we'll definitely be calling here. Hoping to get it all in on a king or queen high board like that one. If he bets, we'll just call. See if he'll hang himself. I'm going to act scared, so he might ship river. He has a 5, so be it. No good. We 3-outered him. Sick. That's really sick. Ew. That's actually really gross. Definitely was snap calling any river, including an ace, though I was not going to be happy with an ace. He doesn't say he's tilted, like he's not indicating that he's tilted or anything, but he's definitely lost a bunch. Yeah, he's being really calm about it. So he might not be on tilt, but he's a very super nice guy, but super weak. Too aggressive, but not aggressive enough post-flop. For having these stats pre-flop, he just loves to see flops. And then after the flop, he's been bluffing into me a bunch, but he actually does, I mean, it's not that high of an ag factor. He only c-bets 50%, but he leads a bunch. With weak hands, he's got his strategy actually flipped. Should probably tighten up pre-flop and be a little looser post. I don't know why his stats went away. Did that guy leave and get replaced? Nope. Definitely him. Well, he gets to start over on his stats. He did not limp into this one, though he didn't raise his completion. This guy open limped and then the leading flop. He's going to call. Interesting. Probably a jack. Possible flush draw, possible. Can't really have a gut shot. He would raise all his gut shots. Pocket queens, blind v blind, and nothing. Pair of aces gonna win that one. I'm guessing he had a jack, maybe 9-10. I think he would raise 9-10 though. 7-10, jack 6, something trash. 10-5, alright, makes sense. Stuck less than a buy-in. It's good. This guy 3-bets our button raise. Ooh, how'd it go? If it's suited, I might turn it into a 4-bet bluff, but we won't. I will raise that though. Fold, folded, fold there. Second pair. Hold to c-bet 0. Interesting. Return gut shot. Make 2 pair. So we can lose to 5-6 and 4-6, but should be beating all his queens. Ace jack's not going to work, buddy. I'm sorry. Terrible way to play it, by the way. Hey, shows the goods. Now we'll get a chance to have a premium hand. Open in straight draw, backdoor straight flush draw. Takes it down. Not super deep. We are over 100 big blind effective. That guy's been pretty aggressive. Let's give him a chance to bluff. Under-rep our hand quite a bit. Usually I would not defend this, but this guy goes off really light. So we're going to take a lot of flops against him. And I'm going to have to fold the set, the future set here. It's a good turn for us. Top pair, now we have a flush draw to go with it. Never comes clean, so I guess we're just paying off. Yeah, wow. Cooler. Against that guy, that is a cooler. Nice hand, buddy. Nice hand. Lost about 15. So it should be stuck 45. Not really sure. The graph says we're only stuck 30. Doesn't understand that. And we turn a set. We essentially turn the nuts. Nope, no action. Probably a gut shot, 10 jack type hand. Hug. Well, if they all call, or if one other person calls, we'll just call. We don't flop a set. We don't flop a set. I'll fold. So I'm not going to play a 3-bet pot out of position. We'll just fold. He's not a super loose 3-better. Top 2. Definitely get action from ace king, 10 jack, some other hands. But we win that one. There we go. Finally updated. Alright, I gotta pee. Alright, we'll play the A7. Now we'll flop trips. I think I'll click it back on him. Now let's go 4. What's he have? What? 3-4? Ace 4? Ace 3? Weird. Alright, BRB. loves to lead. He loves to lead. Might be the tightest player in the history of the universe. 5-3. Over 40 hands. What is he on? Ooh, this guy just ships it in on our aggressive, laggy player. Ooh, snap folds. Now we have aces. Nuts. Is he going to lead? No. Nice. That's a set. Yay. We're no longer in the red. Very tight pull, but these guys. Oh, the stats were wrong. Dang it! They had this guy's stats over there. I was like, I did not remember him being that tight. Dang it! I just folded jacks for 35 big blinds or 40 big blinds. Because that guy's stats were there. I was like, well, never winning. Flipping at best. Dang it! It's annoying. He's actually 50-40 with a 25% 3-bet. That's a slam dunk shove. Except the time bank thing is a little weird. Maybe I saved money. Maybe. Would have been trips over trips. Maybe we would have chopped. Let's see. 10, 10, 10, queen jack. Yeah, we would have chopped. Still, sick. 10? It's not a 10. Nice. Yeah, we'll just pull it there. Pull it there. Is this still the fish? I can't tell. His ray size is weird. So I'm guessing it is, but I really don't know. Spots are good. Oh, here, apple straw. Oh crap, I did not mean to. This is super good. Hopefully we bang the flop. Actually, pretty good. Queens. Oh gosh. Whoa, that's weird. That guy never raises pre, but he shows up with 7-8. Sneaky. Very sneaky. Oh, almost raised that. Should have just 3-bet, tried to get it against him like I had originally planned.
Take down a couple for the red line.
Red line soaring. Nice. Player 2. That's truly pathetic. Okay. These guys arguing about the ace-king versus 10-7 hand, how to go down. Let's get some free poker lessons. Alright, button min raises essentially, gets 3-bet, he gets called, bet, call, turns the flush draw, he raises, gets shoved up, yep, very standard. Though 7-10 suited doesn't have to defend pretty, but the rest of the hand was very standard. Hoping he has some fold equity on the turn, turned a bunch of outs, has a pair and a flush draw. I like it. I like it. Ace-king guy doesn't. You gotta end good, that's all you can ask for. queen. Four of hearts. Ship it.
So my phone is in here. Where are you, phone?
Kings? Okay. Fancy. Let's get fancy. Definitely should have check raised flop. Did he have jacks with the jack of hearts? We flopped a flop. We would have gotten it all in. That would have been gross. Hey, we're back to running good at least. Dang it. You better not show a king. That would be ridiculous. Pair of twos.
jack I have. He blew me off the hand for what reason?
I mean, he lost to ace high. What? Queen high flush draw. Okay, thanks. So I had ace queen. It's going to be in against ace king and king jack. Needed to think a queen ball. Wasn't going to happen. Guy called it off with queen jack. King Jack offsuit. Sorry, buddy. Not gonna work. What the heck was that guy betting $1 with? You ready?
Yep.
Alright, I'll be out in a second.
Okay.
Alright, bye. I don't know why I just called it off there. I'm going to pot for $18. What am I doing? Trying to give it all away. Jeez, give it all away. We'll take phone calls when I'm playing. I thought that. Couldn't understand how it was a $16 bet up here in the straight draw. Alright. That's weird. That is stupid. Dang it. Keep over just blowing people off the pot. Alright, well that's going to wrap up the session. We had 1,000 hands for up $80, so I am going to call it a day, and after being down as much as we were, I'm quite happy with that. So we'll hit sit out next hand on each of these, and we will roll out. Out of there. Check fold. Out of there. Fold. And we'll finish up this hand and call it a day. Just call. This is the guy we accidentally called $18 into a $2 pot with our $1 pot. Alright, we take it down. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody.